Hey beauty addicts, it's Alex. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a makeup tutorial of this look. I am debating on what to call it because it's a very unique look. It pretty much is like a sunset with a pop of cherry on the lower lash line and on the lips. And then I also have white on the waterline. So it's very unique, but I hope you guys enjoy it. I love to experiment. But if you want to learn how to create this look, then just keep on watching. As always, my first step is to go in with a setting spray, and I'm using the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set setting spray and spraying that all over my face. Then we're going to go in with the e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer, and we're going to place this on our eyelid and on our brow bone to act as a base for eyeshadow and also to cover up any veins on our brow bone. And then to blend in the concealer, we are going to be using the Sigma F86 brush and also our fingers. Next, we're going to go in with a Makeup Geek single eyeshadow in Peach Smoothie, and we're going to place that in our crease using a Wet n Wild blending brush. So you're going to be getting into the deep crease as well as a little bit above that just to blow it out, smoke it out. Next, we're going to go in with this crease shade from the e.l.f. Matte for Plum eyeshadow palette, and we're going to place it in the deep crease using a more flat tapered brush. This one is from SL Miss Glam Beauty. I will have it listed in the description box. I'm pretty sure it is W10. Wrong, it is the W18 brush. So this is the SL Miss Glam Beauty W18 brush from the White Glam brush book. And now we're going to start going back and forth in with the colors that we already used, or the eyeshadows that we already used. So I'm starting out with Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie, just going back and forth using the blending brush. And then we're going to go in with this crease shade, again, in the deep crease. Mentioned many times, whenever I'm doing tutorials or doing a makeup look, I like to go back and forth. This is especially needed whenever you're doing a more layered look like this, where you have the blown out crease, deep crease, and a lid shade. Next, we're going to go in with a Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow in Magic Act, and we're going to place that on our lid using our fingers. I'm going to first start off using my middle finger to get on most of the lid, and then I'm going to go in with my pinky finger just to get on the inner corners, just because it's a little bit smaller of an area, so you don't want your bigger middle finger getting into that area because then it'll get on like the lower part of your eye. So that is why I do that, but I absolutely love using my fingers with foiled eyeshadows. Then we're going to go back in with the crease shade again from the Matte for Plum palette and just go into that deep crease, just going back and forth, touching up the deep crease, the blown out crease, and the lid. So I'm just going to be flip-flopping back and forth until everything looks perfect. It requires a lot of blending, but part of the problem is when you're blending, you sometimes take away from the other eyeshadows. So that is why I go back and forth, just to make sure that they're all blended and good, but also that they're all showing. We're going to go in with the e.l.f. Intense Ink eyeliner, and we're going to line our eyes with it and then create a wing. Now we're going to use the Wet n Wild Coverall Face Primer, and we're going to put this all over our face with the exception of the eyes. If I do the face first, then I put it on my eyes, but if I do the eyes first, then I obviously don't go over the eyes. On to foundation, we're going to be going in with the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation. The one that I have is in Porcelain, and we're going to be using this flat top foundation brush from Wet n Wild, and we're just going to be spreading it around all over our face. And then we're also going to go in with our fingers just to blend in everything. I've used this brush a couple of times, so sometimes when that happens it doesn't blend in as well. So I go underneath my eyes, I go around my nose, my lips, my forehead, eyebrows, anywhere that it's possible that it can kind of clump up and it's kind of hard to reach to get into certain areas. I like to blend in with my fingers. Now we're going to go back in with the e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer in Fair. I'm going to place this on our cheeks and right underneath of our eyes. I put it on my cheek area just because they are a little bit red naturally. And then we're going to go back in with the Sigma F86 brush and blend it in. I really like this brush for underneath the eyes because of the fact that it's tapered and it blends in pretty well. Alright guys, once again, I apologize. Some of these tutorials are old, but again, this blush was from ColourPop, and I found out that it is not vegan. I thought it was, but it isn't, and it's ColourPop Prenup. But just pick something that's kind of a rosy pink and you'll be good to go. Now we're going to go in with this Physicians Formula Foundation Powder in Translucent, and we're just going to place it right underneath of our eyes where we put the concealer, and we're going to be using the Sigma F35 brush to place it. And then once I'm done doing that, I'm also going to go on my forehead, my cupid's bow, my chin, right underneath where we put the blush, And then at the top of my nose, I like to do this just to help highlight the face. Pretty much get the powder everywhere other than where the blush is. And then I blend in the blush with the large stippling brush from SL Miss Glam Beauty. Alright, now we're going to get a little creative and we're going to be using a ColourPop Lippy Pencil, and this one is in Bichette, and we're actually going to be placing this on our lower lash line just to add a pop of cherry. So we're just going to spread it back and forth just using the tip of the pencil. Then using the Sigma smudge brush, we are going to blend the eyeliner or the lip liner back and forth right underneath the eye, just with some stroking motions just to smooth it out, because you don't want it to be too clumpy, and then it also makes it kind of fade out a little bit too, so it's not so harsh. Then off camera, I did my brows, and I used an Anastasia Brow Wiz and the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I also put on mascara off camera, but I found out later that it actually wasn't vegan. I mentioned this mascara before from Wet n Wild, so just put on mascara on both your upper and lower lashes and you'll be good to go. Now we're going to go in with the base shade from the Matte for Plum palette, and we're going to spread it on our brow bones. Next we're going to go in with one of my favorite products from ColourPop, and it's ColourPop Tassel. It is a Super Shock eyeshadow, and we're placing that on the inner corner of our eye using the Sigma E56 brush, and then we're going to blend it in with the Sigma E36 brush. Now we got to add some highlighter to our cheekbones, and I'm going to be using the Anastasia Illuminator in Starlight. It's just a white highlighter, so all you need to do is pick out a white highlighter that works for you. And we're placing the highlighter using the Sigma F35 brush. Now on to lips. We're going to go in with the ColourPop Lippy Sticks in Bichette, and we're going to start on the lower lip and then work our way up to the upper lip, starting in the middle and then spreading outwards, and then you can go into the creases of your lips. And the last step I did off camera, and what I did was I went in with the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Exit, just a white eyeliner, and I put it on my lower lash line. This helps provide separation between the red eyeliner and the inside of your eye, so that way you do not look sick. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as always. If you have not subscribed to my channel already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Click that little bell so that you're notified of when my videos have been posted. Like this video if you did like it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!